Hey, beautiful people. So, welcome to another episode today of Taste Your Thoughts. So, today ain't no fancy background, nothing like that. I'm just chilling, you know what I'm saying? So, it has been cold. I have no idea what's going on with this weather in Florida, but normally it's not this cold. And I'm going to need for this weather to chill out. I'm going to need for it to pause. I don't live up north, so it shouldn't be cold like this. But, anywho, I just wanted to talk about 2025 in a nutshell for a little bit. Lord willing, we will be in year 2026. This year has definitely went by fast and also slow at the same time. Fast is in like the time, but kind of slow because this year definitely has had its ups and its downs for sure. I don't know about y'all, but I can say personally, me for 2025, has definitely been a year of growth for me. This year I've probably gotten out the house more than I ever have since 2022. Because of course, all y'all know that my mom passed in 2022, and that was like the worst. 2022 and 2023 were like the worst years of my life. And 2024 was a struggle for me to get up. And I think for the year of 2025, like I got up. Which was definitely a slow process for sure. Even the beginning of this year, I ended up getting a concussion. Long story. My daughter had some things with her health. I had some health scares. It's been a lot that has gone on this year, and by the grace of God, He's kept us all until the end of this year. Um, I can say for sure for me, I've learned a lot. I've grown a lot more. You know, um, I guess let me just say this: I'm never gonna get over my mom because that's my mom. Um, and there's always little things that always remind me of her. And if you've ever lost someone that is near and dear to you, especially like your parents or parent, you understand where I'm coming from. And I'm still getting emotional about it. If I sit and think about it for too long, and sometimes I'd be like, dang, like my mama really ain't here. Or sometimes even when I see people with their mom, sometimes it's a very sensitive for me. But nonetheless, I've learned this year that I gotta live life. Um, I've accepted a lot about her passing, but I didn't know how to live life. And a part of me felt like it wasn't right for me to live life because a big part of my life was gone. A big part of my heart was gone when my mother passed. So it was a struggle for me to want to live life. I just felt like life wasn't fair, life wasn't right without her. But now I understand, I realize that there's a lot of ugly in life. And if you know, you know. But there's also a lot of beauty in life. And I know my mom would want me to live life. I didn't get out a lot, but I did get out some. And even though some instances I had social anxiety, some instances I didn't know if I was going to be able to pull through or not, but I thugged it out and I did what I need to do. But in the end, I felt better and felt like, okay, if I can master this, these are little by little things I can master that. I'm not saying y'all finna catch me at a full-fledged on party. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that I'm gonna be that type of person that still want to be around a lot of people like that, but I'm trying. It's a work in progress. And one of the things I've actually learned this year is that no matter what I had going on, the good, the bad, or even the ugly, I always went to God this time around. Like, I didn't try to take on everything as I normally do. And I did struggle with it in some aspects because it's in my norm. I have a thing of control. I'm so used to being the one making decisions, calling the shots, that's I don't know. It's hard for me to relinquish control. And this year, because of the things that I had going on in my life, I had to learn how to relinquish control. And I've gotten better at it. I'm not going to say I've mastered it down pat, but for sure I've gotten better at it. And you know, I've learned this year that I can learn how to I can be happy. I can be at peace. I can say this is probably the first year of my life, and I'm 33. I will be 34 January 8th. I can't believe I'm going to be 34. 34, 34, 34, big 34. You feel me? And not the little one. And but I'm gonna be 34. And what I've learned is that I've learned how to really love me and embrace me and accept me for who I am, accept my flaws, accept my insecurities, accept, you know, love, not just like, but love the woman I see looking back at me, because it took a long time for me to get here. And I don't know if this resonates with anybody, but I hope that 2025 was an eye opener for the next person to be like, you know what? I may not be where I want to be, but thank God I'm not where I used to be. You feel me? And I've learned that, you know, I ain't that bad looking. I mean, I'm not. It's hard for me to say beautiful or pretty, but you know, like okay, got a little something going on, you know, a little bit, you know, you know, I'm smart, I'm funny, and I'm mature sometimes. um, you know, I through God, I've learned how to just really accept me for who that I am, and knowing that I am, as long as I'm striving to work on being a better person, then that's all that matters. And I finished the whole Bible plan. I started January 1st, and today was my last day. I got through a whole Bible. And y'all can say that ain't a flex, but that's a flex to me, okay? How many people you know have gotten through the whole Bible? And I stuck through it every day, the Bible plan. I never missed not one day. And God, and you feel me? For real. I'm happy about that. And I just I want to love life again. I don't want to look at the world or look at people in the world sideways anymore. You know, I want to be able to make more memories, you know, with my family and my friends. I mean, I ain't got a lot of friends, but hey, if you only have 5 true friends, you indeed blessed, because God knew back then. Look how Judas did Jesus. You know what I'm saying? People back there was capping, flaw, fake, whatever you want to call it. The same way now. So if you got people who are down with you like 4 flats on the Cadillac, you better keep them in your life. If they were there for the bad version of you, but make sure you give them the best. Real talk. Me and you know, I've just learned how to really embrace and accept life for what that it comes with. And if anything that I can't do, I be running to my God. Like, look, God is me again. He trying me, she trying me. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. But I gotta put my faith and trust in you, that I know that you got me, and just give me peace in return, because I am a passenger driver. I am. You can ask. And if I relinquish it to God, I need to make sure I fully relinquish it and not take it back. Another thing I learned, which I wrote this down, I'm gonna look at my notebook right now. I got my notebook. Y'all know I stay right. You know what I've learned? One of the biggest things, besides of course with God, is that it's uncomfortable to grow. Nobody talks about that. How pain, sometimes it could be, the pruning process in your life can be sticky, icky. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can be painful. But what I've learned is that it's necessary in order for you to step into the better version of yourself that God intended for you to be. We don't talk about that, dude. It's painful to grow. And baby, when I said I got slap, 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 slap. Sorry, y'all. When I say I got slapped this year, I got slapped. I mean, I got pimp slapped. Like, with my money. But I'm thankful for it. I've learned how I'm taking it now as, God, what you trying to direct me to, or what lesson I'm supposed to learn from this. And I don't have no kind of goals for 2020. You know what? I got one goal: be a better version of me. Share my story and give God the glory. Hopefully my platform becomes bigger to where it reaches out to more people who just need to know that you're not going through life alone. I've been there, done that, and I'm still going through it. I do not have it all together, but I trust in a guy who do have it all together, and that's God. And so from my story and his glory, I want to make sure I share the good, the bad, and the ugly of me, so that it can help the next person. And I want to work on living life and get into that full realm of love and peace and happiness that I know that I deserve. I've been through so much in my life, and losing my mother was the icing on top of the cake. But that don't mean that life got to be bad. Things are different. With her, it's definitely a void, but I do feel a difference within me as a person, as an individual. I didn't even have to bring Tyrone after that last bit. I didn't even have to bring Tyrone out. You know what? I put my big girl drawers on. Anybody know me? Look, know I love wearing my BADs. Big behind. I'm gonna say BBDs. Big behind drawers. I'm trying not to cuss as much. It's the work. I'm work in progress, Lord. But I put on my extra BBDs, okay? And I went to God. I handled it mature. I ain't had to go off on nobody. I did good. So thumbs up, even if you did have to cuss somebody out this year, if you repented, you did good. You know why? Because even if you stumbled or you failed this year, as you think that you did, if you honestly went to God and say, you know what, Lord, I know I messed up, and you felt that Holy Spirit convict you and you did your best to make it right, that's still growth. Don't let nobody take that away from you. So I just speak over myself and for everyone watching this video for 2026 that nothing but greatness, and no matter what you may endure, to know that God got you. There's no losses in life. It's just lessons and experiences and learning and growing and glowing. You never gonna have it all together, but God got you, and He the one that got it all together. So you in good company. And to know, and I pray for the ones that any tears that you cried in privately from the hurt, the betrayal, any losses you rather took, whether it was on your mental health, your finances, any of those things, that anything you took that you felt like you took losses on, because I don't call them losses, but if you feel like it was genuine loss, I'm never going to take away from the next person, that God blesses you in public, especially from the ones who hurt you, from the ones who said that you would amount to nothing, for the ones who cursed your name, for the ones who did you wrong, that you didn't even know they did you wrong. I pray for God to bless you abundantly in public, for all the tears that you cried in 2025, for everything that you've been through, that them tears water the seeds for your plant to grow, and your harvest is going to blossom in 2026. And y'all gonna see and hear me more in 2026. Am. So I love y'all. I hope y'all 2025 was good to y'all. And even if it wasn't, 2026 gonna be your year. Watch out. And when you make it, let them know Taisha told you first. Or if you can't pronounce my name, just call me Ty. All right, y'all. It's another episode of Taisha's Thoughts. Happy New Year. Love y'all. Peace.